Okay, we are just going to go ahead and finish up here with solving two last equations where something weird is going to happen. For instance, why we have weird Al here. So if I'm solving this equation, just like we were doing before, I would look at the left-hand side of my equation. Looks like there's no simplifying I can do. There's no combining like terms, no distributive property. So that means I have to go ahead and go to the right-hand side. And it looks like over there I can use distributive property to simplify. I'm going to rewrite my left-hand side as is. My new right-hand side is going to be 2 times 5x, which is 10x, plus 2 times 6, which is 12. Again, I want to move all my variables to the same side, so it looks like I go ahead and subtract 10x from both sides. Just going to move everything left. This is where something strange happens, right? Because over here, 10x minus 10x, that's 0x, so those go away. So I'm left with 12 is equal to, again over here, my 10x's cancel, I get 12. Whenever my variables completely eliminate, right, I have no x's left anymore in the process of solving, then my equation is either, we either have infinitely many solutions or no solutions. And how we tell the difference is with what I have left. So if I look here, I see that I have 12 equals 12. And I have to think to myself, is that true? Does 12 equal 12? And yes, that's true. So that means that I'm going to have infinitely many solutions. Whenever my variables cancel out and what I'm left with is a true statement, like here 12 equals 12, then I'm going to have infinitely many solutions, meaning it doesn't matter what I plug in for x, it's always going to make my equation true. So let's just say I pick my favorite number and let's just say I check 3 just randomly. If I plug in 3 for x, I get 10 times 3, which is 30, plus 12, which gives me 42. Hopefully you agree with that. Over here, if I plug in 3 again for x, so put it over top here, I'd have 5 times 3. Where's that? Because that looks kind of goofy. 5 times 3, because I do what's in parentheses first, and specifically I do the multiplication first. So I get 5 times 3, which is 15, plus 6, which would give me 21, inside my parentheses, times this 2 out front, which would give me 42. So clearly 3 is a solution. If I picked another number, it doesn't matter what that number is, it's always going to make this equation true because I have infinitely many solutions. If you don't believe me, go ahead and try plugging in another one. Last one for today. Again, we have to solve this equation. I'd be looking, left-hand side looks like nothing I can simplify, but the right-hand side, it looks like I have some like terms that I can go ahead and combine before I start moving things around. So again, this left-hand side stays the same. I get 9m minus 4 is equal to, when I combine like terms, I have a negative 3m plus 12m, so that gives me 9m plus 5. The 5 has nothing to combine with. Now that I've simplified, I can start moving things around. So I'm going to move this 9m to the other side, so I get all my variables on one side. Again, just like the last example, you're going to notice something weird happens. My variables are going to cancel out. 9m minus 9m is 0, so I'm just left with negative 4 on the left-hand side. Over here on the right-hand side, again, I have 9m minus 9m, which is 0, is equal, and then I have that plus 5, so I just have 5 left over. Unlike the last one, my statement that I'm left with is not true. I hope everyone agrees that negative 4 does not equal 5. Since that is not true, that means that we have no solutions. Meaning there's no value I can plug in for x, no number I can plug in for x, that is going to ultimately make this equation true that we started with up here. So again, just to recap, when you're solving equations and your variables cancel out just with your variables, If you are left with no variables and your resulting equation, like we saw in the last problem, is true, 12 equals 12, it's true, then you're going to have infinitely many solutions, whereas if you are solving your equation and you find yourself where the variables cancel out and the resulting equation is not true, then you're going to go ahead and have no solutions. Hopefully this lesson went okay for you. I will post these videos on Daily Planner, so if you're at home, you want to rewatch them, or you have a quick question about one of the problems I did in the notes, you want to re-listen to me explain it, you can go ahead and utilize those. Otherwise, the rest of the time, you're going to work on your Unit 1, Lesson 6 worksheet. This will be due tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.